to the MTR Network. This is Kriss and Phenom here, and we are here today to review Collateral Beauty. Retreating from life after a tragedy, a man questions the universe, arriving to love, time, and death, which should have been the name of the movie, receiving unexpected answers. He begins to see how these things interlock and how even loss can reveal moments of meaning and beauty. It is directed by David Franklin.
That is a lie.
Yeah.
Read that last line again.
How even loss can reveal moments of meaning and beauty.
That is a lie.
Yeah, no,
okay, so I sent you a YouTube clip from the screenwriter interview of Alan Lowe wrote the screenplay for this, which I read some pages of. There's a lot more to it that they cut, but only from the little bit that I read. Can you please play with his explanations? Because I feel like people need to hear this before they go see the movie and not after.
Okay.
Like, it'll make the movie make so much more sense as far as the title is concerned, because I think the film makes sense on its own until you read the title.
All right, so let's go ahead and play what the screenwriter said about this movie.
Well, Collateral Beauty is collateral damage, but it's the opposite. Collateral damage is theoretically you do something good. Once we finish, what is the damage that occurs 5 years later, 10 years later? What is the collateral damage? Well, Collateral Beauty is the exact opposite. A terrible thing happens. A tragedy happens, yet a few years later, a few months later, what is the beauty that occurs? The way you see the world, the opening of your heart, the way you relate to people after a tragedy can be very beautiful. That is, in my opinion, what Collateral Beauty is.
That is very important to know before you go see this film, because that is not explained in this film at all. So as far as like verbally, like once you hear this, right? So keep this in your mind. Go see the movie. Pay close attention, and you will, by the end of it, see where the collateral beauty was. But as far as Kriss and I leaving this theater, we were perplexed at the collateral beauty part of this, because it's just not like that is put on the shoulders of Naomi Harris's character. Mm-hmm. And I think it was unfairly put on her shoulders because she's not actually the person that displays that in this film. Well, now that I know what it is.
Yeah, well,
had I not known what it was, though, I would have thought she was supposed to explain that to us, and I would have continued to blame her.
Well, I'm going to say, because we're starting off kind of negative. We didn't get into who was in the film or anything like that. Let's just say the name of the film and then them trying to explain it in the film, it's literally a 5-second trying to explain it.
Yeah.
If they had never done that, like, if you remove that from this film, it's a very fucking good film, all right? It stars Will Smith, Ed Norton, Kate Winslet, Michael Pena. We mentioned her, Naomi Harris.
Keira Knightley,
Helen Mirren, and
Jacob Lattimore.
I mean, this is a great cast. This is a film that I remember when we were talking about this, we were like, listen, all right, this can either be really good or really bad. Like, there's no in between. There's no in between. This will. Yeah, there's
just no in between.
No,
especially with this concept. And another thing that they're not pushing in the trailer for this, that I really feel like they should have, is this is 280% a holiday Christmas film. This is such a Christmas movie.
Yeah.
And I actually appreciated that once I realized it was. So again, sitting in the theater, because it really does emotionally put you in the spirit. It put me in the I need to be around family and care about people's spirit. That's what I mean by that. Like, it made you appreciative of things because Will break you.
Listen, all right.
Will Break You Smith is in this movie.
Y'all gotta stop acting like Will Smith don't act his ass off, all right? Like, I be seeing people say some shit like this, I'm like, you guys know Will be acting though, right? Listen,
Will Break You Smith will break you. You will be broken after seeing this film. And I loved actually reading about the pre-production of this film and how many people they went through before they got to Will. Hugh Jackman, Johnny Depp.
No.
Yes.
You can't do it. No. Listen.
This is the only reason, Kriss, that I appreciate Old Man Logan at this point is because it got Hugh Jackman the fuck up out of here.
Listen. All right. Listen. you can only do this film with Will Smith or maybe Viola Davis. Because them the only two motherfuckers that's going to break you like this film is going to fucking... Listen, when I say it breaks you, I'm talking Pursuit of Happiness breaks you. I was talking about how I ain't never seen a Pursuit of Happiness because I ain't going to go out like that. I ain't having Will Smith having me bawling in the fucking theater or bowling in my fucking house like that. I ain't doing that shit. Will Smith, and it starts off so subtly. They start this film off. Again, this is not spoiler. I'm gonna set up the beginning of the film for you. They start the beginning of the film off, and you see Will Smith giving this inspirational speech to his office. I think they're a marketing company, and he's talking to them.
Marketing
and
company.
I'm looking at Will Smith, and I'm going, oh man, Will Smith. Oh man, he got this is Suicide Squad Will Smith. I mean, he looks in shape. He looks young. You know, he looks vibrant. Everything like that. And then they cut to 3 years later, and when I tell you, I look at Will Smith, and 3 years later, this motherfucker got stubble, he got gray hair,
he got bags under his eyes. Like when they do this fuckery right with the way they set this up.
Mm-hmm.
They have him doing the speech, and then they fade into the future, and they show you him first, and they show you the dismal air around him, the ambiance of morbid dread and beaten down brother that is Will Smith, right? And you're like, damn, this must be like 20 years later. And then they flash 3 years later, and you're like, oh my God.
It was at that moment that I was like, oh, this movie's gonna be good.
He took it real hard.
I knew the movie was gonna be good at this point because I'm like, Will Smith already kind of got me down to 50%. Like right off.
Will Smith went from excited black man on Blackish to Reign Over Me, Adam Sandler.
You know what it
and
is?
I was like, God damn.
I'm gonna keep it in the Will Smith family. You know what it was? He literally went from Hitch Will Smith. That's what he was. Like the beginning of the film is
he was Hitch.
He was Hitch. And you're like, oh, okay, cool, I got it. And then you look at Will Smith 3 years later, like,
and it was Pursuit of Happiness in the locker room, in the bathroom, in the metro.
Stall. And you're like, wait a minute, I ain't prepared for this. So already right there, he knocked you down to 50%.
This shit went from Glitch Dependence Days to Pursuit of 7 pounds or 7 pounds of happiness. Cause this shit went so bad, so fast.
And the thing about it is, it hits you because he's surrounded by these other characters. You got Ed Norton is his best friend, Whit. Kate Winslet is Claire, and then Michael Pena's character is Simon. And these are all part of the partners in this marketing firm they have. And at one point, you're like, oh, they're trying to kick him out because some tragedy happened. He lost a child. Let's just again setting up the film. He lost his daughter, and his daughter died. And you don't know why. You don't know enough. You don't know a lot of information about it. You know his daughter's name. That plays an important piece. And you're finding out the character, and they're trying to get him to sign paperwork to sign over his shares. And so your first thought is, with Ed Norton's character, oh, you're a piece of shit. You guys are trying to kick him out. You're trying to shut him out. You're trying to forget him. And then you start learning about their character and what they're going through. And you're like, oh, fuck, man. Everybody's fucked. Everybody's got some fucked up shit going on.
Which you don't realize that's what you're seeing until they try to set up the three characters that are supposed to be time, love, and death.
Right.
And I like the way that they did it in this film because they're messing with you. Are these really time, love, and death, or are these actors? So that's quintessentially the story of the film is they decide to fix Will. They need to hire actors to play these abstractions that he's been writing to.
Right.
But the film does little things to kind of make you go, but wait.
Are they real?
Are they actors? Because they just, it's not in a way that there's no magical shit in this film until probably the very end. If there's any magic in it, it's extremely subtle. I won't say that there isn't any. There is some. But it's more like hint magic instead of, that was magical.
There's a big hint at the beginning of the film with Keira Knightley's character and Helen Mirren, like very, very at the beginning. Most people probably might not catch it. Something that Helen says to Bridget says to Amy, and and it makes you go, wait, and not even that it gives you a hint as to what goes on. It makes you think it's like, all right, well, what is it real? Is it not real? Like, is this planned? Like, you don't
It's
really
not-
know. Right. It's a very.
It's not one of those films where you just figure it out in the beginning, right? It's
Right.
one of those films where the more you learn about the story, that's when things start to go into focus. Whereas I watch a lot of Christmas holiday films, and I'm like, oh, I already know what's going to happen in the end of this. I already figured this out, blah, 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 blah. This film, on top of being a good story, right, and having some amazing acting and these characters that you care about without needing to know too much about them, you end up knowing everything, right? Because this film developed 4 characters in depthly, right? And then had 3 other characters, time, love, and death, kind of just not really appearing. They're there, but you slowly start to figure out the quote-unquote magic or lack thereof magic as the story unfolds. This isn't something that you're going to watch 30 minutes of and be like, nope, I figured it all out. If you did, you're lying and you have no soul. Because it's so much going on here, because really the focus of this film is supposed to be Howard, Will Smith's character. They spend a lot of time with him not really talking, but saying a whole lot with his actions.
Oh, goodness. Yeah, I
you
mean,
know, like Will Smith doesn't speak for probably about, after the speech in the beginning, for probably a good 40 minutes of this film. He doesn't really say anything. That's why I like related to Adam Sandler's character in Reign Over Me. And then he starts talking because, you know, Tom and them start talking to him. And from there, it's just like, oh, wait, there's these other stories going on here too. So it really is that holiday ensemble film, right? It is the holiday. It is Love Actually, but it's not a romance. It's a drama. It's a straight up drama.
Like, listen, when I tell you, we're sitting there, there's one point in the film where you just start hearing the sniffles all around you, yo.
Oh, yeah.
You just, and you're just like, you're hoping nobody starts bawling, because then you're going to start bawling, and you're just like, come on, man, I ain't trying to go out like this. Like, there's a lot of that in this film, like, to where, and it's as the film gets further, deeper in, like, there's a scene, I think this is where you were talking about one of the negatives, is like, listen, Ed Norton's is a great actor. Kate Winslet's a great actor. Michael Pena's been a great actor.
They're all great actors.
You're singing. There's a scene where they're sitting at a table with Will Smith, and like, if you ever doubt Will Smith's acting, watch that scene, because he makes everybody else at the table look like they're fucking rookies.
And there's the only way that this scene would have worked is if they would have had 3 other Will Smiths to have Will Smith talking to.
Right.
Because it just wasn't fair.
You weren't gonna, because again, like, when I tell you that, like, you're good for most of the film. Like, if you're a person like me who can keep you're probably good until there's about like a quarter of the film left, and something happens, and Will starts talking, has the second conversations with each of the abstractions, and the way he has these conversations, and when you see other people cry in movies, and you see actors cry in movies, they cry, and you're like, oh, okay, you see the tears. Will Smith cry, he got the red eyes.
He got brick red.
He got the red eyes. Like
it was scary, man. Like not pupils, but the white part around.
Right.
It was very
and
scary.
It's like,
it was really scary.
He gets you before the tears start coming. And then, I think it's the second one we was talking to Death, the tears start coming, and you're just like, come on, Will.
It was the emotion, and I think we've also, like, another thing that like, the more I talk about this film, the more I like it.
Yeah.
Really starting to love it.
No, I think this is a great fucking film, yo.
Yeah, because like you have these films, right, and you have these little holiday films, these magical films, and they have this twist, right? There's always a twist. The beauty in this film, not the Collateral Beauty, is that there's twist upon twist upon twist. And what that really just took me back to was the fact that it was good storytelling. Mm-hmm. That's what that was. That wasn't there. You're not supposed to know everything that's going on. You're not supposed to have it all figured out. And the fact that it seems like a twist is that we've gotten so attached to the one big thing that we thought we had grasped while watching this film being the shocker. And this film doesn't do that. This film has, we told you this about this character, but we didn't tell you everything about this character. Mm-hmm. We didn't tell you everything about this character. We didn't tell you everything about these relationships. And that just keeps happening. That happens all the way till the end. It just keeps happening. And after a while, there are going to be points where you're like, I know who that is. I know who that person is. I know who that person is. But that's so far towards the end of the film. And you had to sit there and appreciate all this really good acting on screen. I mean, from characters like Jacob Lattimore. I don't know. All I know is that this kid is a singer. I don't know shit about this kid. And the scenes that he's in, he carries them. He really truly is, outside of some lines from Helen Mirren, because you just can't help it. She's so fucking amazing as an actress. He is like the comic relief in this tear-flooded ass movie.
He was in Maze Runner.
Was he?
Yeah.
Was he in Maze Runner?
Yeah, he was.
I don't remember seeing him if he was.
Yeah.
But I also don't remember watching Maze Runner that hard.
No, you don't remember.
Both of them are terrible.
Yeah.
Scorched Sand and Scorched Forest. They're both awful.
No,
but I thought his character was good. Keira Knightley, she can act when she needs to. You have films like the mountain climbing one where she was the guy's husband, Everest, where they really don't use her. And then you have films like this where they really do use her, and Kate Winslet and Michael Pena has I like Michael Pena. I like that they cast Michael Pena in films now as if he's not a Spanish actor. Like, those stereotypes are completely removed, and I really liked his character in this movie and what was going on with him. Edward Norton, I mean, God, it would be like to spoil it to talk about certain things. Every relationship in this film is not by accident, okay? And there are a lot of relationships in this film, and they're not by accident. And there's little magic going on in those relationships that make you go, huh? And that all plays into you trying to figure out what's real and what isn't in this movie. And I thought that little shit was awesome. It's very subtle things, but none of it is accidental. None of it is random. It feels random. And that's just the way the story is told. As far as that's the way the story is written. But as far as like how you progress through what's happening, it's just a beautiful film. Man, Will Smith is gonna break all of y'all. Like, y'all out here watching This Is Us and crying. Look, there's no way you're gonna make it through 10 minutes of this film and not cry.
Listen, you might make it through the entire
sequentially,
film, but the last scene, pretty much not the last scene with Will Smith, but the scene with Will Smith and another character. If you don't break, then you are I will say you are soulless. But I'm gonna tell you right now, don't do it. This is you know what this is? This is the Ghost Pepper Challenge, yo. This is the Ghost Pepper Challenge. If you can make it through this film and not be trying to fight back tears, you win. You beat it.
He saw the because they finished shooting this film this year. Mm-hmm. He saw the trailer for Fences and was like, okay. You think I can't do that?
Listen, if we
and he hit the screen, bro, and it is scary how good he is,
dude.
At choking you up. It is just is damn scary.
This is this is just a reminder to this is another one of those films, because every now and then Will Smith will do some film just to have fun, like Suicide Squad, right? Not a good film. I don't think Will Smith give a fuck. He's just out there having fun, right? Every now and then, Will Smith, I feel like, will be on social media and we'll see people be like, Will Smith can't act. And Will Smith would go,
challenge accepted.
All right, cool. All right, I'm going to do it. Like, the people were like, remember After Earth? He was terrible in After Earth. I'm like, all right, cool. All right, you guys.
He wasn't terrible. The film was terrible. Right. He still acted like badass Smith.
But
the accent was awful.
But that's the problem. Like, there was Concussion, right? Concussion, again, acted his ass off. He can't do the accent. I mean, if it wasn't for the accent, another great film. All right, cool. And people just they got their jokes. All right, cool. You're not gonna have jokes on this film. Like, because you're not gonna survive it. You are not. There is no way you watch this film and you don't get choked up. I'm sorry. I'm saying this as Kriss. You guys know me. You know how I am sometimes. You're not gonna make it. You're not gonna make it.
Dude, the
You're
reality
not gonna make
is,
it, yo.
and we just, as black people, we've been watching Will for a long time. We need to accept this.
Mm-hmm.
Will Smith has been not wanted by his father for the last 20 years.
Oh my God, you're
over
right.
and over and over and over again, and we get caught by it every fucking time. He could say in all of these films, "Why you don't want me?" and it would fit.
Listen,
it fits every time this nigga starts sniffling and crying with them eyes.
I'm glad you brought that up. This entire film is that why don't he want me?
Why love don't want me? Why time don't want me?
This film is that
why
on
death
repeat.
Don't want me? Literally, at one point in the film, why death
right.
don't want me? Like,
right.
This film is amazing. This film is. More I talk about it, the better.
Now that I think about it, you're right. He does. For an hour and 37 minutes, you get Will Smith. You get the Fresh Prince's father not wanting Will Smith. All right. So if you're gonna tell me you can survive that, all right. I don't think you can. Like, this is a great fucking film, yo. I'm not gonna. Yeah, I'll be interested in seeing what the credit scores are for it, but
man, fuck them critics. This film is amazing. It's a great holiday film. It's just a beautiful film.
Yeah, it is. Like I said, the only downside to it is the explanation of Collateral Beauty in the film.
But now that y'all have it, because you heard this review, you can go watch the film and find the Collateral Beauty. Because that title was Collateral Damage.
Yeah,
it was like, goddamn, the title really is Collateral Damage. The title Collateral Beauty was Collateral Damage.
Yeah, dude, they get you on this one.
I don't know. And I like all the people that they went through before they ended up with this cast, because like at one point Rachel McAdams was supposed to be in this, and
here's the thing. When you said some of the other names that were supposed to be in this film,
Jason Segel was in it. And I like Jason Segel, but I just can't. The product that they ended up with was where it needed to be. And the funny part is it went through like 3 different production studios before it ended up at, what is a production company? Overbrook, which is Will Smith's company. So thank God for that. You know, they ain't had to pay extra for them tears. Those tears was on the house.
Yeah, you weren't gonna like. Maybe I can say maybe Russell Crowe could have gotten it, but it wouldn't have been the same. But definitely, if they did Johnny Depp, it wouldn't. No, fuck no.
How the hell did that even?
What
was he gonna do? He was gonna cry?
Yeah, I don't know how the Johnny Depp thing would have worked.
I just don't understand who. I don't get how Hugh Jackman was chosen at first. It was supposed to be Hugh Jackman and Rooney Mara.
Oh hell no.
I just don't. I like Rooney Mara, but not over Kate Winslet and Helen Mirren.
At this point, after seeing this film, it had to be Will Smith.
Yeah, and was Rooney Mara supposed to be the Naomi Harris character? Like, I don't even know where to put these people. Like, was Jason Segel Edward Norton, or was he Michael
get that.
Pena?
I can get the Jason Segel had to be Edward Norton. I can see that. Like, that's the only one I can see. He had to be that. So I can see that.
Yeah,
I can see Jason Segel.
But then you're training Edward Norton.
Right.
You know, like you legit went from Jason Segel to Edward Norton.
Yeah.
That's comeuppance.
Yeah.
You know, so
yeah.
You know, this is I was talking on Facebook the other day, and I was telling Kriss about this, how Ashley and I sat and watched Almost Christmas, which is the quintessential Black family, this is Christmas again film for the year. And the film is just god awful boring, and the writing was lazy. That's how I felt about it. I don't care if you enjoyed it or liked it or whatever. There's nothing to it. The film legit is about a man trying to find his dead wife's sweet potato pie recipe. So it almost feels like Christmas. Sorry, I didn't mean to spoil it for y'all, but I did. And then you have this film, which is not a Black ensemble cast film, but it is a holiday Christmas film, and it's really, really good. Like, it's really, really good, man. So there's just no excuse. You can't be like, it's a holiday film, we're supposed to take it as it's served up. No, a film is a film. Like, Hidden Figures drops on Christmas too. So there's really no excuse. Rogue One ain't a Christmas film, but I feel like it was a great present.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just not taking the excuse of we lollygagged through this screenplay because it's a holiday film, so we can just do cliche shit for an hour and 20 minutes and you can accept it. Or you can give me these Will Smith tears and me and my family will be watching this film over and over again, trying to see who cracks first.
Listen, the only downside, other than the name, the only other downside of this film is it opens on the same weekend as Rogue One. Probably the fact that it opens in the same month as Rogue One. But if after you see,
Ashley would definitely go see this before she go see Rogue One.
Listen, it's still gonna get killed at the box office.
It's gonna get fried if you're really comparing them. But I'm kind of looking at it as there's Rogue One people, and then there's because best believe there are people I know who would go see Rogue One and say that it's bad, but then would go see this and say that they loved it.
Oh no, I'm pretty sure. I'm just saying that we've been.
Those people are not right.
Right. I'm just saying that we've been here before. The box office receipts this weekend are going to be disgusting.
Oh, it is. Right. I never thought this movie was going to make a whole lot of money.
No. But I'm just saying that after you've seen Rogue One like 2-3 times, make sure you put some money towards this film too. That's all I'm saying, because it's just like you're going to see it at least twice, right? So I'm just saying, just remember. I
want to see both of these again. Like,
no, I do. I really,
I want to see this again.
Here's the problem. Yeah, I do, but at the same time, I don't know if I can survive a second time of Will Smith tears, yo. Because here's the thing, man. I think I held it together pretty well. It was rough, man. It was close, man. Like
one of my favorite. I'm always looking for a film to add to my Christmas viewing list, and like Home Alone is on it, and Nicolas Cage's The Family Man is on it. Elf is there, of course. Die Hard is on it. Argue with me all day if you want. You full of shit though. And there are some other ones, but it's nice to be able to add another film to that, because I'm not one of those The Holiday people, which Kate Winslet is also in, or one of those Love Actually people. Like, I'm not one of those people. I've seen both of those films and I wasn't blown away by them to where I have to watch them every year. They're not replacing A Christmas Story for me or Bad Santa. But this film, Collateral Beauty, gets added right in to that. Well, like this is going to be my Love Actually, and this is going to be my The Holiday, and it's no romance in it. It is just all sad tear drama and self-discovery. I'm all for it because it's Christmas trees at the end, so it works. But yeah, what are we doing about this rating thing?
I'd say at least an 8. I almost want to give.
Yeah, I think it's 8.5 out of 10.
I was gonna say okay, yeah. I was close to the 9. We just gave the 9 to Rogue One, but I'm like. I'm with you. Like, the more and more I think about the film, and the more and more I talk about it, I really, really like this film. Like,
it's a good film, man. Like, it's just a really, as sad as it is,
it's a good film. I mean, it's a really well put together, well thought out.
You and your family just gonna all sigh together, like, damn Will.
Yeah. Somebody get this man a father or something.
When there's a will, there's a tear. Like this nigga.
All right, well, there you guys have it. 8.5 out of 10. Find the rest of the reviews on movietrailerreviews.net, mtrnetwork.net. Email us at mtrnetwork. MTR Network. mtrailerreviews at movietrailerreviews.net. And you got anything else you want to say about this?
I just Will's father needs to stop leaving him.
Yeah.
At random people's mansions. This man is 50 years old and he's still breaking down like this.
Yeah.
The older he gets, that was another thing we talked about. The fact that they make him look 20 years older, and now the way he's crying is old man crying, old black man struggle tears. See, Will used to have young black men trying to make away struggle tears. Now he got old black man been through it struggle tears. It's not getting better. It's getting worse. I don't know how we surviving through these tears.
Yeah, folks. Like I'm saying, Will Smith gonna get you so bad. You're gonna watch this film. Then you're going to go on to Google and you're going to be Googling his kids and make sure Jada's still alive. Because you're going to be like, yo, why was he crying so hard? It's going to get you guys. It's going to get you. So, All right, folks. Thank you very much for listening. And until next time, we're out of here. Peace.
Peace.